Hello students, Standard 8. In science, in the last video, I started a chapter in physics that was sound. But I'm not gonna continue that chapter because it will not be included in your Essay 1 exams that will be coming soon. And therefore, today I am going to start the revision of the remaining chapters in the chemistry. In physics we did the revision, but now in chemistry we finished chapter number 3, like synthetic materials and plastics. So I am going to continue the revision of the next chapter, that is materials, metals and non-metals. We know that some of the materials are metals and some of the materials are non-metals. Generally you are familiar with some metals like iron, aluminium, copper, etc. They are different from others. You are familiar with some of the non-metals also, like coal and sulfur or the others. So now we are going to understand about their first, the physical properties, that how they are different in the physical properties. First, you can learn about the appearance. Generally, metals have shiny luster. You know that the surface of the metals are generally shiny, or they can be polished also. On the other hand, non-metals have rough surface, rough or dull surface. Means they are not having luster. They have no luster. So generally their appearance is different from each other. The metals have shiny luster, while the non-metals have dull. For example, if you see the gold, silver, iron, most of the metals have shiny lusters. But the non-metals like coal, then sulfur and other potassium is actually metal, but the sulfur and the others like hydrogen, oxygen, you can't even see them. So they don't even have a shiny luster. So that is the difference between metals and non-metals in appearance. Then hardness. You can see that metals are hard. Metals are hard. But the non-metals are brittle. Brittle means when we heat them, they can get broken into pieces. So the metals are generally hard and the non-metals are not very hard, but they are brittle, so can be broken down easily. Now we are going to learn about the other properties physical properties especially of metals and non-metals. The first is malleability. First is the malleability. Malleability means what? We know that when the blacksmith beating the iron sheets, then what happens? They make different articles from that iron, like the sickle or the shovel, spades, etc. It means that when they beat that metal hard, they change the shape. And if it's beaten harder and harder and harder, then that change into the thin sheets. Similarly, if you hammer a wire also, it will get flattened and very thin layer can be made. Maybe you are familiar with the aluminum foil that we use for the wrapping the food materials to keep them fresh. Also you are familiar with the gold and silver foil that is used for decorating the sweets, like Kaju Katri. If you eat that Kaju Katri, there is a silver foil on it. It is nothing but a very thin layer of the silver metal. So they are the malleables. But what happens when you beat hard on a piece of coal? Can you make a sheet of the coal? No. It will broken down in the small powder, fine powder or small pieces. It means that metals are malleable. Metals are malleable, but non-metals are not malleable. Only the metals have the characteristics or the property of malleability. Most malleable metals are the gold and silver, because you can make very thin foil from the metals like gold and silver. Now the conductivity. Other is conductivity of heat and electricity both. What do we use in electric connections? Wires. When we open that insulations of the plastic from the wire, which metals are coming out? That are the copper or aluminum. It means that the metals can conduct the electricity. They are the good conductors of electricity. You never get the coal or sulfur or another non-metals as a conductors. So generally metals are good conductors of heat. But I mean the electricity. So the metals are the good conductor, and the non-metals are poor conductor of electricity as well as the heat also. You know that the cooking utensils are made from the Generally metals, because they are good conductor of heat, so we can cook the food inside. So metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. But the non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. So that was another physical property between the metals and non-metals. Now we can get some another physical properties also. Generally, when we need some wires, either for the electricity or for some other purposes, then the wires that you get are made up of which type of material? Do you get the wire of coal or sulfur wire? No. We get the wires generally for electricity is from copper or the aluminium wires are there. In the construction, you see that when they make that pillars and they use that wires, they are made up of the steel, means iron. When the ornaments are made, gold, silver, in that also the beads are bind with the wire which is gold wire or the silver wire. It means that the metals can have the capacity that can be drawn in the very thin wires, and that property is known as ductility. So another property is the ductility. So the metals have the property of getting drawn into thin wires, means the metals are generally the ductiles. But you can make the wires from the non-metals like carbon or sulfur or any other. So we can say that metals are ductile while non-metals are not ductile. They don't have a capacity that they can be drawn into thin wires. The most ductile metals are the gold and the silver. So here we can see that the metals are ductile, means they have the capacity to be drawn into very thin wires. Means metals are ductile. On the other hand, the non-metals are not ductile. Now, another is the sonority. According to the sonority, we can see that, for example, if you take some coins, metal coins or metallic, any your utensils or anything that is made up of iron or any metals, copper also, aluminium also, and take some other non-metal materials and then drop them down. For example, take a coin, drop it down. Take a piece of coal, drop it down. Take some sulfur, drop it down on the floor. Then you will see that you will hear sonorous sound when we drop any metallic item like coin or any utensil or the key, whatever. But when you drop the coal, you will not hear any sonorous sound. How do you understand when the period in your school, lecture in your school is finished? You know that after the lecture is finished or when there is a recess time, the bell is ringing, which is giving a sonorous sound. Can you make a bell out of any non-metals? Wooden bell? Then who will listen to the sound? Nobody can. So, the metals are sonorous, while non-metals are not sonorous because they don't give that sonoring sound. So we can say that the metals are sonorous while the non-metals are not sonorous. Now, in these situations also there is some different thing you will observe. Means that generally we saw that metals are hard, but some metals like sodium or potassium, they are the soft metals. Generally all the metals are very hard, but for exception, sodium and potassium are such that they can be cut with the help of knife. Can you cut iron or aluminium with a knife? No, because they are very hard. But for exception, there is potassium and sodium, which are like that, we are very soft. Then all the metals are generally found in the solid state. Only mercury is the liquid matter. Only mercury is liquid matter. All the others are the solid metals. The non-metals are like hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, sulfur, and so others are there. So here we are going to finish today's session, and In the next session, we will learn about the different chemical properties of the metals and non-metals. Any problem? Write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.